Hello class, how are you doing? This is the video that's going to help you with your next pop quiz. That's going to be the next class session. So some of you had some questions about Boyle's law and the volume of a tank, and then we even mixed it up a little bit to make up our own problems. So we're going to see if we can work through one and help you out on this next pop quiz, which will be the next class period. Okay, here we go. Your assignment is to go over Boyle's law and how to figure the volume of a tank. And also there are going to be some videos posted on YouTube at my Petro class. So go and look at those videos and they should help you also. Now, one of the main reasons in the oil industry that we do drill for oil and gas is to make money. So what we're going to do, we're going to try to figure out how much money we're going to make with this certain volume of oil in the tank, and then also and then incorporate Boyle's law in to figure out the volume of compressed air. All right, here we go. Let's see. Hopefully we got this problem written down right. First thing I like to do is to start writing down my formulas. So the formulas that I like to write, let's see, pi is pi r square h. That's one of them. D is equal to what? C over the diameter is equal to circumference over pi. What else? 1 cubic foot is equal to 7.48 gallons. And what else? 1 barrel is equal to what? 42 gallons. What else can we do? Oh yes, we forgot this other one. R is equal to D divided by 2. Now, if you can remember those, when you first sit down, just start writing your formulas because you won't be able to use them on the test. But these should be pretty easy. Oh, the other formula, the one we got to use later. P2 is equal to P1 times V1 over V2. And that's a form of Boyle's law. So those are the formulas that we're going to be using. So another thing we need to do is I like to just draw a tank. So we'll draw this tank right here. And this tank is 24 feet tall. Okay, and so when you count these little rings that they weld them around, you have 4 of them. So if it's, you measure this first one, it's 6 feet, 12 feet, 18 feet, 24 feet. So each one of these rings is 6 feet. That's going to be important. All right, now let's start filling in things. How much money can you make if you measure 18 feet of oil in a tank and the circumference is 63 feet? So how I got the circumference, I just walked around the tank and measured, or I took my feet, because my feet are about 12 inches, and I just walked around the tank. So I got 63 steps. You can do that with a tape measure, and say if the tape measure is not long enough, you measure to the end of the tape measure and then put a rock down or something like that, then measure from that rock and go around. So there are ways that you can do it. Just be creative. So we got 63 feet. So the circumference is 63 feet. Okay, and then we need to find the diameter. That's right. We need to find the diameter next. So diameter is equal to C over pi. And pi is what? Pi is going to be equal to 3.14. Okay, so D is going to be equal to 63 over 3.14. Let's divide that. Where's my calculator? All right. Let's see. 63 divided by 3.14 equals 20.06. So we're not going to round just yet because most of us want to continue. So it's 20.06. D is equal to 20.06. All right. We probably need to go ahead and round that. I'm sorry, I'm just a rounding person. All right, we'll go ahead and round that. And so now we need to find our radius. R is going to be equal to what? Our formula says D divided by 2. So R is going to be equal to 20 divided by 2. So R is going to be equal to what? 10. So if we use our formula, we use our other formula, we'll have what? We'll have pi R squared H. Right now we're trying to find the volume of the oil, so the formula is going to be 3.14 times 10 square times 18, because we have 18 feet of oil. 18 feet. So that's how we got that. So that's going to be equal to 3.14. Remember PEMDAS, we have to do this first. 10 times 10 is 100. And then times 18. Let's get our calculator out. Let's see, clear that out. All right. 3.14 times 100 times 18 is going to be equal to come back 5652. Where am I at? 5652. 5652 what? That's going to be cubic feet. Now we have 5652 cubic feet of oil. So what do we need to do to convert that? We'll come back up here. All right. Now 5, 2, 5, 6. And so that's cubic feet. So we have in 1 cubic foot of liquid, we have 7.48 gallons. So for every cubic foot, we have 7.48 gallons. So we're going to multiply this by 7.48. What's that going to give me? Because I can't do it in my head. Times 7.48 equals 42. Come back, calculator. 42 276.96. 4227.96. Now, since we have our, I guess, final answer, that would be gallons, what we'll do, we'll just go ahead and upgrade this to a 7. So this is going to be, we're going to round it, 42.27.7 gallons. Okay, now how many gallons are in a barrel? It's 42. So we're going to have to divide this by 42, right? Okay, so when we divide this by 42, let's go ahead and do that. Well, if you leave it in your calculator, it's going to give you a different answer, but what we'll do is we'll just leave it in the calculator. So the ones that want to leave it in, leave it in. The ones that don't, it's going to come out close to the same. All right, so we'll just divide that by 42. That's going to be equal to 1,006, and we're going to round up 1,007 barrels. So that's going to be equal to 1,007 barrels. All right, so 1,007 barrels. Now, if the price of oil, it's been fluctuating this week, but we'll stop at 104 a barrel. So what do we have to do? So for every barrel, we have $104. So we have to multiply this by 104. That's going to give us 104 is going to be equal to 104,685.86. 104,686. And that's how much money is in that barrel. So that's the answer to this first one right here. 104,686. All right, moving right along. Now, our volume, we're going to have to figure out our V1. So, if you look at this tank, we're looking at our volume of our air. So, if you look at this tank and you measure this first line where they welded it, and it's 6 feet, then that's 12 feet, that's 18 feet. 18 from 24 is going to be 6. So, you have 6 feet volume of air. So you already have your diameter and all that stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to say pi r square times h, and this is going to be our different problem, our Boyle's law problem. All right, so we have our, I just like to separate it, makes it a little easier. All right, so that's going to be equal to 3.14 What's R? R is going to be equal to 10 squared. And then H is 6. Remember, we had 6, 12, 18 feet of oil. So 6 left over because the tank is 24 feet tall. So going to be 6 feet. So the height is going to be 6 feet. All right, let's work the math. 3.14 times 10 times 10 is 100 times 6. Let's get the calculator, clear it out. 3.14 times 100 times 6 is going to be equal to 1,884. 1,884. All right, and that's going to be cubic feet. Now, if we're going to have that, let's see. Let's put that here because that's our first volume that we have. So we're going to put that here. Man, we're going to squish that thing down a lot. All right. So that's going to be V1 right there. So 1884. And our P1 is 25.3. And then our V2 is 301. All right, here we go. We'll write our formula down. P2 is equal to P1 times V1 over V2. And I'm going to write a little smaller because I'm running out of space. All right, P2 is going to be equal to, what's P1? 25.3, 5.3. But then we're going to have to convert this. We can go ahead and put the times V1 or whatever over here if you want to. Let's do that. Times V1 is 1884 over 301. All right, see where we got the V2 301 and the V1 1884, and then P1 is 25.3 G. So to convert that to absolute, we have to add 14.7, which is the atmospheric pressure. So we have to convert it to work it. If we don't, it'll come out really crazy. So let's add that 14.7. That's going to be what? 10 carry the 1, 10 carry the 1, 4. All right. So it's going to be P2 is going to be equal to 40 times, we got to go ahead and divide that when we bring it down. So what's that going to be? 1884 divided by 301 equals, it's going to be equal to 6.26. It's going to be 6.26. And then that's going to be times 40. It's going to be equal to 250. P P2 is equal to it's 250 psi because remember we converted it. So P2 is equal to 250. We already added it. We added it right here. So we got to subtract it. $14.7. That's going to be 10. That's going to be 9. This is going to be 4. All right, let's do the math. 3. Then that's going to be 5. That's going to be what? 3. And then that's going to be 2. So the answer to that should be 235.3 PSIG. Now, I know that seemed like it took a long time to work. It really didn't. There were only two things we were looking for. We were looking for the volume of V1, and we were also looking for how much money we could make from 18 feet of oil being in this tank. That's it. Thank you for watching, and if you have any more questions, just let me know. Make sure you know this before our next class period. Have a good one. Bye.